Hello and welcome back. In previous videos, we looked at all the different types of things you can insert in Google Sites or in the new Google Sites. We also looked at the controls up at the top, how to collaborate with someone else, how to publish, etc. Okay, today we're going to look at themes. And to get there, you're going to click on this Themes tab in the upper right corner of the controls. And you're going to notice that the options here are somewhat limited. The way that Google site pages are created is with something called style sheets. And what that basically means is that different elements on the page are defined. So if I come down here and I highlight this text, you can see this was defined as a heading. And I have some limited controls. I could make it a link, I could align it to the left, center, or right. I could make bulleted lists, etc. So there are a couple of things I can do. But when I look in here, I'm limited to how I define this text. It can be normal text, title, heading, subheading, etc. And then the formatting of those items is done automatically through what's called a style sheet. So the style of a heading is defined somewhere else, and then when I choose heading, the look or format of that text is associated that's associated with that particular designation is applied. Okay, if you look on the right, we have some general styles you can choose from. So right now, simple is chosen, but if I picked Aristotle, what you notice is the background image changes, the font style changes. This became a bolder font. If I've done something like used an emphasis on a section, just a reminder, emphasis 1 or emphasis 2. If I've done something like that, that may change, that background color may change. And so the site takes on a slightly different look. Okay, right now you're limited to simple, Aristotle, diplomat. Now you can see that the box up here has a border on it. There's vision, level, and impression. So those are the styles. My feeling is that in the future, this area of Google Sites will hopefully be built out a bit. So either you can import additional styles, or whether you can actually get in there and work with the styles yourself to find them a little more to your tastes. But that's yet to be seen. It's not something that's available right now. Now, within each style, you do have certain limited options. So let me just go back to simple for a second, and you can see that there is a color palette here, and this will affect certain things. So if I go from this color over here to the second one, you can see that the background on that header image changed slightly. You can see that the text here for my headings and subheadings, or actually nope, just for my headings changed slightly. So it's just adjusting the color palette of this style. And you have a limited number of choices here, but if you'd like an additional choice, if you click on the last one down at the end, you can actually set the color for the accents. You can do that either by a combination of dragging this bar and this pointer, and that will impact it, or if you had a color, you could type it right in here. So if I wanted pure red, that happens to be FF and 4 zeros. Okay, and you can see that that doesn't really come up as a bright red, but it does alter the overall color scheme. Here you can see the background image doesn't change, but you can see the color here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the normal color or one of the predefined palettes, and now underneath you also have a choice of font style. So right now it's on light, but I could choose classic. Becomes a little heavier, more of a serif font, or heavy, where the font becomes very bold and thick, and a sans serif font, a little simpler. And when you'll notice, if you click on Aristotle or something, or any of these styles, you have basically those same options here. Okay, and that's really all there is at this moment to styling. This themes area, as I said, is not super well developed at this point. Perhaps it will be in the future, perhaps it will not be. Time will tell. But know that you can make some minor adjustments to the look of your site through themes.